We're now over to Guillaume Martin from Pictorin. Oh, there we go. I'll leave it over to you, Guillaume.
Okay, thanks. Hi, so I'm Guillaume from Pictorin, the CEO and co-founder. And I'm here to speak about how we have created a community, how we engage this community every day, and how we have changed the product thanks to this community. So first, Pictorin is a B2C product. It centralizes all your photos and your friends' photos from all your online photo services. So user acquisition is really something very important for us. It's really at the center of our efforts. So at the beginning, to get users, the people who will get that will be these guys. And these guys are your early adopters. These guys are crazy enough to spend on their personal time to try your product. So they're really precious to you, and you have to love them. And where do we have found these guys? In the tech community first. So to reach the tech community, you have to have a post on blogs like that. You know them, Mashable, TechCrunch, Lifehacker, or the Next Web. But when you're a little startup, French startup based in Paris, how do you reach journalists in the US from Mashable? And believe me, it's very hard. So what we have done is first we have selected some journalists based on what they are written about. For example, photography for us. Don't select too much, just we have select about more than 100. And then you focus on creating a relationship with them on Twitter, so react to their tweet, comment on their post, send them email, update them on your product. That's very important. And don't give up because they will not answer to your emails the first time. But try again. And that's why we have been covered in Mashable, the Next Web, and Lifehacker, and other blogs in the US. The other community that is important is your market community, your core community. For us, it's photography. So you do the same with journalists that write about photography in the world. So the Mashable effect, for us, it has been huge because it was 4,000 users in 4 days. So that's great. You have to be careful for your servers. And but the week after, there was nearly nothing in terms of user acquisition, because that's how it works, blog coverage. So we thought that we needed a regular user acquisition. So the other way we have found was marketplaces. You know, Google Play, Android, Apple Store, or Google Chrome Store. Google Chrome Store, we don't have an Android app or an Apple app, so we have this page that represents Pictorin on Google Chrome Store. And so be careful to add a good description, good screenshots, video. And this page brings us every day 50 registered users. So this is very great for us because every day we have users and it doesn't take a lot of time. So I encourage you to do that. So now you have your community and you have to interact with your community, and that's very important. So to do that, this is your community. Look at them. They have things to say. But the thing is, you have to get their attention because there are many startups and products that want to have feedback from them. And to do that, you have to find a way to be special. And at Pictorin, what we do is that we are special with our identity. We have a special design, and this is something, an illustration that our art director Guillaume has made for when we have released Photo Bucket, Shutterfly, and Mobi Picture on Pictorin. I don't speak to, is it okay? Or is it better like that? Okay. So this is what we use when we launch something. We are special. People pay attention to us, and they want to give us feedbacks. That's very important. So find your way to get attention from people. So every day we push information on this by these ways. Tumblr, we have a blog on Tumblr. We have our Facebook fan page. We send people a newsletter. That's this free way. This is how we push information to people. Twitter is a bit special because it allows us to interact with people. When someone tweets something about Pictorin, I don't know, oh, great site, or I've just tried Pictorin, we check this kind of tweet every day, and we engage them. So, hey, welcome, thanks for the tweet, and what part do you prefer in Pictorin? And people really want to talk, so engage them. And we do the same with the help desk. People have problems. They have a problem on Pictorin. Pictorin doesn't work for any reason. And so they will write to you. You quickly solve their problem in the day. That's very important. Or you explain why you can't solve their problem. But after, people are happy. They want to reward you. So engage them and ask them feedback. Have you got other problems or things like that? It really works. So at the beginning, we were mostly in France. We have a French community because at the very beginning, we have launched a website in French and in English. But now we have only 10% of our users that are coming from France. So we have to deal with the language thing. How to speak with French people and to speak with the international community too. That's very important. So the choice we have made is that every communication is in English, except two cases. The first one is when people engage us in French, so we respond to them in French. And the other case is the newsletter. So when we send a newsletter to a French guy, we send them in French, of course. So this is how to engage a community and how we engage our community. And now I will explain you how our community has helped us to change the product. 1 year ago, Pictorin was about creating photo albums with your friends around events like a wedding, for example. And in fact, it didn't work very well. So we began to add new features. We thought it was a UX design problem. And we changed that. And guess what? It didn't work either. So, and at this time, we have joined the accelerator program, Le Camping. By the way, it's a great place. And you have still 2 days, I think, to apply. And they force us to chat with our community. And the first thing we have done is that we have sent our user a survey to understand their problems. And we have more than 500 answers. That was great, amazing. And we have discovered that the real problem was about photo organization. They have too many photos. It was hard to find specific photos. So we have been deeper on their problem with them and interview them by mail, by chat, by Skype, to really understand their problem and to find solution. And we have begun to develop solution and test them very fast. Like Olivier have said, we were iterating with our users. But the thing is, when you develop something, it's very important to know if it makes things better for your website or your service or worse. And to do that, we have added all over the website to really know what people are doing. And this, I think, is a really great way to understand your community. What are your users are doing right now on the website? This is very, very important. So this is how we are working. It's a lean startup cycle, and which relied on a community. First, we get feedback from users. Then we get an idea, we develop the idea, a minimum feature, and then we tested it. We have metrics. And thanks to our community, we are able to do that at Pictorin in 1 day. Because if you have only 3 users per day on your website, you can't have metrics, you can't have feedback, so you can't iterate as fast as this. So this is the community that enables you to create your product, to build your product. So in conclusion, what I want to say is your community is very, very precious to you. And I think the real value of your startup is very linked to how deep you understand and know your community. Thank you for your attention.